Hey, and we're going live. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Psychic Talk. Yes, no intro music. Yes, no intro music because Blog Talk doesn't want to cooperate. Mercury Retrograde got us. And it's funny, I was watching some YouTube videos, got some emails from also like some of the tarot creators and YouTubers and things that I follow, and I got some emails and they said Mercury retrograde hit them too. And they were having all kinds of problems and they were talking about it, in some of the emails they sent out as well as some of the videos, and I'm like, hey, we're fine. It didn't get us this time. And then boom, Ellie and I are in the green room and we dial into the Zoom and then we're trying to dial into Blog Talk and connect them. That's how we get the switchboard, the audio into our YouTube lives. And we're one of the only people out there, the only channels out there doing that, where we have a live phone bank. You can call in, not just the people in the chat, but it just kept saying we're experiencing a problem with our system. And like our phone call never even showed up on the switchboard on Blog Talk. And I refreshed it and everything. And then we completely hung up both Zoom and Blog Talk, started fresh, still the same problem. So unfortunately, no phone lines today. Ah, so we're gonna have to wing it all on chat, but that's okay. Yesterday I did chat only and it was just fine. So, but this is fun, doing an evening show and Ellie's here with me. How you doing, Ellie?
Hey everyone, doing well for Wednesday evening?
Yeah, it's hump day. I
Halfway
was
through.
I was outside all day doing yard work and I'm just sore and pooped. That's why actually, when I set up the show, I set it up before, but I went in and I normally have it set for 120 minutes and I changed it. I was like, no, I'm gonna try setting it 90. I'm like, no, I'm gonna set it on 60. And that way we have to end in an hour. And also, so when people I was thinking like this, Ellie, when people come in and dial in and when they go to the show page on Blog Talk, if that's how they're finding us, right? And it has the countdown
Mhm.
timer, it'll tell them, hey, 5 minutes left. So they won't bother, calling in. That way we don't have to, turn people away, you know.
Yeah.
But that wasn't meant to be. Wasn't meant to be. So here we are on Wednesday, April 3rd, 2024. And I'll just give the numerology of the day and the cards of the day, even though it's almost over. But I did have a YouTube video out this morning with the cards of the day and the numerology of the day. Basically, it's that three energy, obviously. It's the third, creativity and communication. The whole date reduces down to six, the nurturer, family, home, balance and harmony. I got and I don't have the cards out, but I got the Four of Swords, rest and recuperation, structure, because it's that four. And then what else did I get? Oh, the High Priestess. High Priestess, inner knowledge. She's the guardian of the subconscious. Yes, all about the psychic world, right? So now you get those two cards together. Think about it. Four Swords and the High Priestess. So what I got from that was like a need to take a break from the hustle and bustle and kind of embrace your solitude, like the High Priestess, connect with your intuition. That was what I was going with today. And by the way, as I was doing all the yard work, I uh I had my phone in my pocket and I was, listening to inspirational, mostly videos talking about the law of attraction and things like that, all real positive stuff. And yeah, so I was kind of doing that, and I kind of did take a break because like hustle and bustle, I know what that is for most people. For me, it's being in front of the laptop here, all day long and working and stuff like that. So doing yard work was a nice rest from that. Yeah. So I'm also going to give the numerology and tarot cards I got for tomorrow so that I can excerpt out this video and make a little shorter video and launch it tomorrow for everybody. Yeah. Oh, by the way, tomorrow I am going to be on it's going to be the daytime show. Normal time, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, and Charlotte's going to be with me. Yay. And then Catherine is still on break, so no show from her daytime Friday, but we're going to do another nighttime show like this, and Michelle's going to be joining me. Oh, and there's Michelle. She just jumped in the chat. Okay. So here we go. The numerology and tarot cards that I got for Wednesday, April 3rd, 2024. Oh, I got to start that over because I just said April 3rd and it's April 4th. Okay, restart. That's the beauty. It's like it's live, but when I do the excerpt, I cut it out and it's like that never happened. Don't worry, we'll get the hang of this. We've only been doing this for 14 years, right? We'll eventually get the hang of it. So, the numerology and tarot cards for Thursday, April 4th, 2024. Obviously, it's the four energy. So, structure, right? Think of the four walls making up a structure, a room, the four cardinal directions, the four seasons. In human existence, there's a lot of four going on. And then the entire date reduces to seven, the seeker, because fourth month plus the fourth day, it is eight. And then we already know 2024, the world year number is abundance and prosperity, eight. So 8 and 8 is 16, 1 plus 6 is 7. That's how you do reduction in numerology. So the seeker energy, if your life path is a 7, you are a natural detective. You want to know the answers to the big questions. How does the universe work? And how does things like numerology and tarot work? And how does the mind work? And, things like that, and genealogy charts and all kinds of research stuff and everything. This is a great day for that. And then for the heart of the matter card, I got the Queen of Swords. That's right, right. She's all about analytical, uh clarity, cutting through the garbage, right? And for the card of the day, I got the star card again. Star card's been popping up quite a bit for me. And it is card 17. So just like with the date, 1 plus 7, it's 8. Abundance and prosperity. I noticed that there are 8 stars in the sky, and each star has 8 rays shining off of it. So this is the traditional card of like hope, inspiration. The universe has your back when this card shows up. It's also a card of optimism because it's really important to maintain optimism. Optimism is akin to my mind just blanked what I was going to say. What was I going to talk about? Oh, gratitude. Yeah, we'll have to edit this part too. So, optimism is akin to gratitude. It has the same effect on the law of attraction. It draws in more of what you want, right? And then these two cards together are an interesting dynamic. These cards were actually, I always lay them like this. So the heart of the matter card is on the left, and then I put down the card of the day. So the Queen of Swords is, gesturing to the star card here. And kind of what I think is going on is today it's about getting clear focus, getting clear, getting focused, and focusing on the what and perhaps the why, but leave the how to the universe. Leave the how to the universe. Basically, like I said, the universe has your back. You need to trust that the universe is going to take care of the hows. And so you just need to get focused on what it is you actually want, and then the why, because that's what fuels the attraction for it. So there you go. Cards of the day and numerology of the day for Thursday, April 4th, 2024. Ellie, did you pull any cards for the day, or do you do that? I don't know.
I do, usually in the morning, but I do usually pull one in the evening show or for the evening, just to kind of give me a reflection, something to reflect on for the day.
Oh,
And the
cool.
card that I pulled was actually an oracle card. I started off with Shaman's Dream Oracle, and I got Winter's Dream, which is about a gestation period. So it's a period of rest. And it's very appropriate for what's going on, astrologically right now. We've got all this energy going on. The upcoming eclipse, I believe, on the 8th. We're in Mercury retrograde. So right now is just kind of that period of time where we're encouraged, right, to kind of hold back, go within, reflect. And that is also something that I think my card that I pulled this morning was the Queen of Cups. So I feel like that's really tied in with the whole reflection, being introspective, and just being kind of within yourself and keeping check of emotions because, Mercury retrograde is the time period where tech goes wonky, communications in general, things can be misread, missaid, and you just got to give yourself a little bit of grace and give others a little bit of grace and extend that kind of patience and kindness everywhere you go during this period, and beyond, of course, but especially so during Mercury retrograde. So, yeah, it's a little bit of a resting period here with letting all your dreams bubble up and all the things that you want to accomplish when the time is a little better. This is a good period of time to be reflective and relax.
Awesome. Dan in chat said, "Oh, pretty cards."
More pretty cards. I love this deck.
What deck were you using?
It is Shaman's Dream Oracle. This one's a
Is that
Colette
the
read.
back?
Yeah.
Oh, I like them because they're big and wider than normal.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah, it's
know
a pretty good deck.
I know a lot of people hate that because they think it's hard to shuffle all this kind of stuff. But actually, I love them. I feel like when you're, especially in person, you're like doing a reading with for somebody, right? And I've seen people with like the little microscopic deck, the mini weight Smith or whatever, and they're putting out the little cards. And but when you get the and no, that's more of a standard size deck. I'm talking about
Oh,
sometimes they're like tiny. They're even smaller than that.
wow.
And but I don't know if it's subconscious, but I think, so at least for me, subconsciously, it's like I feel shortchanged. I want those big giant cards, and just I don't know. They feel more substantial to me. I have the what is it? The Llewellyn deck. So Llewellyn puts out all these decks, right? But they actually have their own deck called the Llewellyn deck. And of course, Llewellyn, that name is from Wales in the UK. And so they have the Welsh dragon on the back of them. I don't have them around, or I'd show you guys real quick. But what I like about it's about the size of a standard deck, but it's wider. And it
Hmm.
just it looks more substantial, and it's uh the the artwork is done in watercolor, which is rare, and it's all these scenes from Welsh mythology, but still a lot of the cards have, especially the minor arcana, have a lot of the same feel as Waite Smith. And you can pick up that deck and totally instantly read with it, without even having to know any Welsh mythology or anything. But I did start looking into the Welsh mythology. I was doing Dax's dailies, kind of like I am now. I'm back to doing, daily readings again, pulling cards, cards of the day, numerology of the day. But I used to always use the Llewellyn deck, and I used to go deeper into the card, telling folks, what the mythology was behind, the figure on the
Mhm.
card and what it all meant and everything. That was a lot of fun. But it's just a gorgeous deck, little on the thinner side, but like really easy to shuffle. It came in this like gold, um it was like a gold gossamer bag with gold drawstrings and beads and stuff, and it was like really nice. It started falling apart, but that's because I've had it for like, when that come out, 20 years or something, and it's
Ooh,
like falling apart, the poor bag. I still have it though, and I have it in the bag. If I get a chance, like if you're reading for somebody or something and you're on camera, I'll run and see if I can figure out where I stuck it.
all right.
Anyway, oh, speaking of decks, in the green room, you were telling me you got a new deck, and it's rather unusual.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. So when I had plenty of time, I dedicated myself to setting aside time to do readings, pretty much daily. And I
Hmm.
had a lot of time to pick out my questions. I would go look at Pinterest boards of spreads to use. But since I got my muggle job, now I have a little bit less time. So this is a deck that was announced on Instagram from somebody that I follow. Her name is Annie Apulian. I hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly. The tarot professor. And she actually released this deck called Inquire Within. So what this is a companion deck for a tarot practice. The cards do come in like this nice little 78 deck, but the questions on the cards are what sets it apart. So it's not a tarot deck, it's a tarot companion. So, for example, here the question, let's see, since it's backwards on my screen, how can I let my inner light shine brighter today? So, I actually started working with this deck. I got it a few days ago and just use this to help me pull together a quick reading. I'll pull three and see what I need to read for the day. And I love it because it helps kind of take the pressure off of asking myself, what do I need to know today? What's the topic I need to discuss? What should I be reflecting on? Rather than just kind of sit there and what should I do? What should I do? I go to this deck and I pull a card and I say, all right, what do I need to know? So I'll pull a card and then pull an accompanying tarot card. So yeah, I was going to say, Dax, if it's okay to invite anybody in the chat today, if you feel like getting a general inquiry, if you're not concerned with any particular topic and you just kind of want to have a card pulled, we can do an inquire within card. So if you want to just put down, I inquire within, we'll know that you want me to
Oh,
pull one of these cards, and then I'll also pull a tarot card to kind of give you what
kind of
answer
answer
comes up for
answer
that.
it. Yeah, yeah. So we're gonna. It's. I'm just thinking this over, how different this is. So it's like, okay, people come with questions, but this is like, okay, you're letting the universe tell you the question you need to know and the answer too, which is so cool.
Yeah.
And it's great for generals on our shows. I'm sure I'll give it a second for folks to catch up. There's a huge delay between you and I
Oh
hearing
yeah.
this and them hearing it, right? We do have a question from Jasmina about her career, but um Dan's in there, Michelle's in there. I'm sure Dan and Michelle would like us to test the deck out on them, and maybe
Yeah.
Jasmina too. I mean, it's so quiet. I was just saying earlier, I was when you were telling us about the deck, I was typing in the chat, and I said Mercury retro. I'm hoping that Mercury retrograde isn't affecting this too. You know, the chat. It already
Oh,
wiped out Blog Talk Radio, and I said, "Wow, it's quiet in here. I hope Mercury retrograde isn't affecting this too." I did all kinds of promotion, all big groups on Facebook, our groups, our pages, Instagram, Twitter, plus um just on the website and everything. And we've been doing great with these evening shows. I mean, they've been percolating along. You remember when we just did the one with Michelle on Monday, and we
yeah, that
had
was a lot of fun.
yeah, and we had the phone lines, and it wasn't a ton of calls, but we got calls, we got a lot of stuff in the chat, you know. And oh, Michelle said, "I'm sorry, I had to step away for a moment." So Michelle, Ellie was just telling us about her new deck. Did you hear that? What's the name of the deck again? It's
It's
got the name.
Inquire Within.
Inquire Within, yeah. So Ellie has this idea that, like, if someone wants a general card pull, if they want to, they can say something like, "I want to inquire within," and she'll pull a card from that deck, find out what question you need answered that you don't even know you need answered right now, and then she's going to pull a tarot card. So Michelle, Dan, Jasmina, anybody else watching that hasn't typed in chat yet, because there's probably other people watching too, because we already have 14 views. So there should be more people out there. Anyway, let us know in the chat, say, "Hey, yeah, do that, inquire within." So we'll see what Dan and Michelle have to say. On the question about Jasmina said, "Good evening. I'd like to know." I mean, we hadn't even started the show yet. And she's like, "I would like to know about my career. Yep. Oh, Michelle says she loves that. Yep. So we got to do one for Michelle. And Jill's there. Hi, Meta Crazy. She popped in, and Jasmina is down for it as well. So why don't I tell you, before we do Michelle's, let's do Jasmina's, because I already have cards pulled for her question about career. I'll do that, and you can start pulling the card from the Inquire Within deck and your tarot card. And meanwhile, I'm just going to tell Jasmina, this is what I'm getting. Really positive stuff. Okay. So I got 2 6 cards. 6 is success. Things, for career, it looks like it's going in the right direction. One of those cards is the 6 of Swords, that, slow, steady progress towards your goal. It's no speedboat, but it looks like you're making good headway. Right. And then the 10 of Cups, that's awesome to get along with another positive card, the 6 of Cups, right? And the Moon card says, yes, your career is going to go well, it looks like. Okay. But here's the caveat. So the Moon card, again, things are not clear, Jasmina. And I don't know if that's because I don't know how far along you are in your career, if you've launched it yet, if you're switching careers. I don't know what's going on, but it's like for some reason things are not totally clear. This is the other thing. So I pulled this as a yes no. You didn't exactly ask it this way, but I decided to say, when you asked, let's see, how did you ask again? You said, I would like to know about my career. And I thought, so is Jasmina's career going to be good and successful and everything? And I got the 4 out of 5 yes. Now, the central focus card, the one no card, is the 3 of Swords. This is usually the grief card, heartbroken. I mean, is there something going on with the career that's not what you're expecting? Let us know in the chat. Also, 3 or more swords show up, and I always say, are you overthinking it a little bit? just throwing that out there. Again, things are not super clear with the career. I'm not getting specifics. Okay. Um, and oh, here, one other caveat. When I was shuffling and I was ready to pull cards, I always cut to the heart of the matter and then put that on the bottom and then start pulling off the top. That's how I do my readings. And when I cut to the heart of the matter, that card was the Knight of Wands. So going forward with what you are, it's the fire energy. What are you passionate about? So I think that is a hint or a message from the tarot, the universe, or a question. Are you following your passion, or in your career so far, is it just doing a career to do a career to have a job to make money? I feel like that's the big question here. And let's see. Jasmina said, actually, extra tasks. Maybe I'm overthinking. Okay. Okay. So I hope that helped you out a little bit. But don't go anywhere, Jasmina, because Ellie's going to do a card from her new deck. And oh, shoot. I forgot it again. What's the name of the deck? Um,
Inquire within.
Inquire Within. Okay. Yeah. I cannot keep that in
Yeah.
my head for some reason. I don't know why. So
All right.
what did you get?
Okay, so I pulled a card for Michelle. I will pull one for you, Jasmina, in just a moment. But real quick, since Michelle requested a card, the card that came out of the deck today is the question, how can I be open to joy today? Reading it backwards, right? Yeah. Okay, how can I be open to joy today? So, Michelle, the card that came out here for you was the Queen of Wands. Now, she popped out really fast, really like forcefully. So, I'm definitely getting that vibe of go after what makes you happy. You have the magic within you to just really create the reality that you want to see. And it's almost effortless, is what I get the feeling here. The sunflowers really stood out to me here. So it's definitely feeling this very positive, sunny vibe. You are one of my favorite people to watch when you do readings, and it was so much fun getting to join you on Monday to do readings with you. So just another reminder of your magic and just how wonderful things can be when you go after the things that light you up. And it definitely comes through, I think, when you're doing readings. So how can you be open to joy today? Just continue being you, brilliant queen, and just passionate about what you do. So yeah, that's the card I got. And let's see,
Cool.
for Jasmina, let's pull one real quick. So let's see what question with from the universe. Let's see, inquiring within. What do we
Inquire
got
Within.
here?
Inquire Within.
Ooh,
I'm trying to
ooh.
remember that.
So the card I got for you, Jasmina, what goal can I work toward today? And that's really interesting. Is this thing focusing? Let's see. Okay. That probably won't focus too well, but yeah, the card says, what goal can I work toward today? So that's a really good question, considering that you had a question about career. So maybe we'll see if there's another card that'll pop up to give you a little more insight. What goal can Jasmina work toward today? Yep. Okay. The Chariot. All right. So
Yay.
Jasmina, yes, focus and I don't want to say like willpower, but it's just like this real intense focus on like this is what I want, this is what I'm going to go for. If it's not aligned, you're not going to waste your time on it, right? If this is something that's going to propel you toward your goal, toward your victory, then this is definitely something that you can work on because it is your goal to work toward today. And again, it's that indicator of just really getting aligned, getting focused with what it is that you want to see come into fruition. And then knowing also the positives, the negatives, the things that may or may not help or hinder, and just being able to kind of work around that, make that plan to get around any little, obstacles that may come up and just really have that game plan to propel you forward. But Chariot is always a great card to get. So awesome.
Oh, that's great. And Jasmina said, wow, thanks. Dan says, Ellie, I will take one too. Hey, before you do Dan's though, let's see if we can answer another question here in chat. Let me scroll back. There was a question from Mahor, Habib's current feelings for me, and I decided to do a yes no on that and kind of ask, are Habib's current feelings for Maynor like really great and positive, and I got 4 out of 5 yes, and 2 of them are major, 3 of them are major arcana cards. So yeah, it's looking really good, Mayhor. Now, here's some of the details though. Page of Swords. I think this is him, and he is, look, he doesn't have the eye on the ball. He's not looking at the sword. I think he's distracted. I think there's, something he's focused on. Okay. Um, then I got the Temperance card. That there's a need for more balance between you and him, and you would know better than I what that means. Okay. And then I got the Hierophant card, which is a really often a positive card in relationships. It could even hint towards possible marriage. This is one of the interesting things, though. It was right next to, like this, right next to the Temperance card, which doesn't happen super often. And there's something about these two cards, and that is that the Hierophant card, okay, is about tradition, rituals, traditional belief systems, things like that. Temperance to me is like the non-traditional version of that. In other words, spirituality, experiencing the divine directly, the actual um the actual human condition, which I've talked about on this show multiple times, with, 1 foot in the spirit realm, 1 foot in the material realm, being able to manifest the actual nature of the universe versus, tradition, common, religions, that kind of thing, and so I feel the way they were laid out, okay, with the Hierophant coming right after the Temperance card, the feeling I get from that is that you may need to go the less traditional route. All right. And then right after that, if you can get that all squared away and get the balance going and get his attention back, then the Wheel of Fortune shows up, showing that then things start to turn in your favor. All right. Lastly is the Four of Swords, though. Time for, rest and recuperation. Um, and that was actually the one of the cards of the day. It was the cutting to the heart of the matter card for today. Yeah. And here it is making another appearance. You may need, it's one of the thinking outside the box cards. You may need to think outside the box a little with Habib. You may have to also, at the same time, go a little bit against social norms and tradition, and just take the reins yourself and go for it. So that's what I'm getting for what's going on with Habib. Again, maybe a little distracted, unfocused. That doesn't mean that you can't turn it around, though, because the rest of the cards showed that path happening, and then the Wheel of Fortune turning in your favor. Do you want to do Dan, Ellie?
Sure. So I pulled a card just now, Dan. This is the question. How can I view the world through the eyes of love today? So just something to kind of
Ooh.
keep in mind. How can I view the world through the eyes of love today? So let's see what tarot card we get. And just a little tidbit from the universe here. So, oh, cool. Okay, so the card that I got for you, Dan, is the Queen of Cups. So very appropriate, of course, feeling of being connected emotionally, right? And just being very in touch with it, being very open to nurturing those feelings. And I think it's almost feeling to me like appreciation. It's almost that kind of feeling of sitting back and thinking, man, there is so much to be grateful for today. The things that make you happy, the things that just feel like real blessings in your life. And then connecting with that on a very deep level, intuitively and emotionally, and just really feeling, being in that moment, being in that power of recognizing it and being grateful for it and just kind of radiating that out so that it comes back to you as well. So, how can I view the world through eyes of love today? Get in touch with the inner Queen of Cups. There you go.
Awesome sauce. Oh, a couple of things. When you pulled the Queen of Cups for Dan, um, and I was listening to what you were saying, but then my mind was going a completely different direction, thinking, yes, yes, Dan needs to work on his intuition, um, psychic ability. He needs to get out there and either go on Michelle's show and do intuitive readings or start his own show.
Ooh,
That's
yeah.
what popped
And
in my
the Queen
head.
is the nurturer. So definitely like feeling that. Um, I want to say
Mm,
like support. It's a supportive kind of energy where it's like togetherness. And of course, the Suit of Cups is
yeah,
all about emotion and love. So definitely,
I
yeah.
can see Dan doing psychic advising, spiritual coaching, and being the nurturer, like you just said, and using his intuition and psychic abilities. And Dan says, "Thank you, Ellie." Uh, Maynor came back and said, "Yes, we are traditional in a way." Um, Habib and her. And I said, "Oh, sweet, thank you. Yes, yes. Yeah, so you may need to like maybe um buck the system a little, go a little bit, against the normal traditions and just, go for it with that relationship and such, right?" Um Jasmina said, "Yes, right. Many thanks." Okay. Let's see. I'm going to scroll back and see if we missed anything. Meanwhile, if anybody else, wants an inquire within message from the universe. And oh, wait, I'm going to get one. I'm going to get one. Yes, I just
Yeah.
it just dawned on me I should do one. Uh, Go ahead and put it in the chat if you want to try the inquire within, or if you have any other questions. Maybe you have questions about tarot, numerology, oracle decks. Between Ellie and I, we have it all covered. If you have questions about neurolinguistics, NLP, EFT, hypnosis, I do all of those modalities. Life coaching, if you have questions about that, becoming a life coach, all that kind of stuff. Um, Joining the guild, getting certified, becoming a professional tarot reader or professional psychic advisor. Let's say you don't do tarot, you do oracle cards, or maybe you're a numerologist or astrologer or something. We can do a certification special for you that's not tarot and numerology. We can do um we'll, we're calling it psychic advisor. I just like that term. Psychic advisor. Maybe you have questions about our new community, Psychic Cafe, which is a website actually. Um, www.psychic.cafe. Oh, there it is. Look, psychic.cafe. You don't really need the www, but I stick that in so people know that that is a URL. Yes. And hey, while I've got that up there, I'm going to take advantage of it and go Ellie. Yes, that's right. All you got to do is type in a browser, psychic.cafe/Ellie, psychic.cafe/Ellie. That'll take you right to Ellie's profile. You can join the site. It's free to join Psychic Cafe, join free. And then once you've joined, you're able to message, and you can message Ellie and drop her a line and chat with her, ask her questions, book a reading with her, and so forth. Same for me. I'll put mine up here too. So psychic.cafe/Dax. Oh, you can stay up there, Ellie. You don't have, they can read it. They can read it. I know I can read it from all the way over here, and I'm old and blind. Psychic.cafe/dax. And so uh again, join Psychic Cafe, then message me from my profile right here. And you can ask questions. Maybe you're just starting your journey in tarot numerology and you have general questions about it. I'm always happy to answer. Maybe you're a student in my course, and that's how you get a hold of me now. Plus these shows, and I'll tell you about it in a minute. Every Sunday we do a Q&A. We'll talk about that in a minute. What else? Okay, so if you have a question about, how to put you and your business on Psychic Cafe, the website, how you can use it, how you can get your own, custom URL like this, and you can use it as your own website. I mean, when you look at the profiles and you have all the tabs, think about it, Ellie. It's like everything that everybody posts. Like if you hit blog in navigation or events, it's all the events, all the blogs on the website, everything. But on their profile, if you click blog, you get just their blog posts. Events, just their events. And the about section has, you can put in all of your social media contacts, have them contact you that way. I'll even help you put buy buttons in so you can people visiting there can purchase a reading from you and everything. You can use it like your own little mini website on Psychic Cafe. Yeah. So I just wanted to put that out there. And if you have any suggestions for anybody you'd like us to interview, a deck creator, a tarot book author, or anything else, Oracle decks, Lenormand decks, um, any books you've read on psychic mediumship, astrology. I mean, the whole gambit, if you want us to interview a particular author because they're your favorite author or they have really great books out there, let us know. We'll check into it. Topics you want us to talk about on these shows, like do little mini little classes, like a little mini workshop live on air for 5-10 minutes, take you through a subject relating to something. Just let us know what you'd like to hear about. Yep. And let's see, I'm gonna go look in the chat here real quick and see if I missed anything. Oh, Michelle had said inquiring minds want to know. I want to see after Maynor's question if any new questions came in. And then, of course, I'm going to get an inquire within. Uh, and no matter how Dan says, and no matter how much of the Queen of Cups we are, doesn't mean we are not human. We all have our moments, but it's what we do after that that makes us the Queen of Cups. Oh, and then KD came in. Hi, I'd like a reading as well. Both kinds. I want the inquire within and then traditional. Okay, so um we'll have Ellie do the inquire within for you, KD, and then let us know in the chat. Do you have a very specific question? Okay, so we'll do the inquire within as like a general reading, but like you said, you wanted a traditional. So like put in a really specific question. What, if you came here, there's a burning question. What's the thing you most want to know? Type that, a couple of lines. What? Dan saying something about KD, not ID. Who said ID? It's KD. Yeah, like Katie Lang is what popped in my head actually when I saw KD. Anyway, I don't know what Dan's going on about, but hey, that's Dan. But yeah, Katie, if you have a specific question, try to keep it concise, 1 or 2 lines. Type in that specific question right now. And meanwhile, Ellie's going to do an inquire within for you.
Yeah, all right. So to kick things off, Katie, what we got for you, the inquire within question that the universe selected for you is, how can I let more light into my life today? How can I let more life into my life today? Right. So the card that came out in response to that question here for your consideration, the Hanged Man. So definitely about looking at things from different perspectives. It's about taking that moment of pause, that moment of surrender, and to just kind of sit back and say, all right, what things are coming into my life that I feel like just give me so much joy, give me so much light, and help me spread that as well. How can I let more life into my light today? Definitely take some time to kind of sit back and consider the things that uh, maybe small things that we tend to overlook, maybe things that kind of go on, under the scenes, under the hood per se, just to kind of really give you that effect of like, wow, I never really think about things like this. It could be in the morning you wake up in a comfortable bed, in the morning that cup of coffee. There are so many situations out there in the world right now where maybe not everybody has access to that. And just kind of looking at those things in the sense of like, man, this is something that I value and I appreciate in my life. And being able to take that moment again of pause and surrender and just think about how wonderful those things are, right? It's the little things. I think it's a message of just gratitude. And that's what I got for you.
Awesome. And I wanted to say something real quick was a couple things. Oh, Dan said it was actually autocorrect changed because he was trying to say welcome KD, but his phone or whatever he was typing on did ID welcome instead of KD welcome.
It was an
So now I
autocorrect.
understand.
Mercury retrograde.
Yes. And I said, damned autocorrect. If I ever meet the person that created autocorrect, I'm gonna punch him in the face. I swear to God. I have hated autocorrect and you gotta remember, I'm one of like the early adopters of technology. And like, I mean, I had cell phones when they were car phones. I mean,
Oh,
literally,
I remember those.
there
Brick
was
phones.
there was an actual, hold to your head phone with an actual cord going into a box on the dash, and I had a car phone. Then after that, it was the transportables. So you had a solid, and sometimes it was in a bag, but I never liked those. But they came out with ones that were solid things with an antenna coming off of it, still the handset, but it magnetically went pop and held in the thing. It had a little hand on. So
Oh my
there I
gosh.
am. I'm going into, it's like Ellie wasn't born yet, and there I am going into like Denny's, and I'm walking in Denny's with my transportable and laying it down here, and I could take phone calls right at the booth while I'm having coffee, and everybody would look because it was not common yet. People were like, "Ooh, he must be important. He has a phone that doesn't have a wire attached to it." It
High
was so
tech.
fun. Yeah, high tech. But one thing else I wanted to mention. Oh, hold on a second. I just lost. Oh my gosh. I don't know what happened, but hold on. Let me minimize the. Ooh, my entire chat room just disappeared
Oh
on the studio.
no.
I have here. Let me refresh the studio. What I was gonna say, if I don't sound like my normal, like, yes, we're on the air, excited, it's because I'm from all that stuff today, and Ellie and I were talking in the green room even before we lost Blog Talk and before we came in and saw how slow the chat was. Even before that, we had said, we're going to go with an hour show, it's going to be one of our shorter shows. And so we got about 11 minutes. We're going to try to keep it to an hour, but give me just a second, everybody, because uh, I do not know what is going on with YouTube. It's doing all kinds of weird stuff. And I'm just going to have to like back completely out. And I hope we're still live. And then go to the go live page here. And yeah, we're still live according to this anyway. And it's the studio is connecting, and there the chat came back. Okay.
Oh.
So everybody, I hope everybody heard everything we just said. Uh-oh, what's that noise?
I pulled it up on my phone. It's okay. I muted it.
Okay.
Just in
I
case.
That was us. Okay, we were just hearing ourselves twice. All right.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so yeah, got it back here. I don't know if we just blanked. I'll have to look at the recording. But I did record this on
All right.
Zoom, so we should be okay. Let me go back real quick and see. Okay, did we do Katie? See, I'm all messed up now because of the technology. Oh my God, Mercury
Yes.
retrograde. Ellie, it's
It is
people
wreaking
say
havoc.
people say it's not real, but it
This.
we've had multiple Mercury retrograde things just tonight on just this one show. Dan said, Dax, you had a brick that you held to your head. No, 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 no. I never had the brick that you held to your head. See, I had the transportable and I leaped from that to a phone by a different company. It might have been Motorola at the time that was much smaller than the brick phones. And it was much smaller and sleeker, black, still pulled an antenna out of the top, and it was like much smaller than the first uh true wireless cell phones that weren't installed in your car or a transportable, with a pull off handle. And then right after that, some of the better phones started coming out, and we got into flip phones and everything. But let's see. Dan goes, Dax, are you there? Dax, where are you? Okay, we're on here. Are you guys not hearing us? I don't know. Maybe when the studio messed up, that went blank for them, maybe. But that's okay because remember, we have a recording of this, and I can upload the recording to YouTube to replace any of the dead air and everything. And refresh my memory. We did KD's what was it called again? Inquire Within.
Inquire within.
We did that, but they were also going to put a question in. Let me see. Any information regarding upcoming apartment inspection by the landlord? Oh, what is behind it? What is it about? Why is the landlord doing inspections? Is That's basically Katie's question there, Ellie. I don't know if you want to pull some cards on that. How will it
Sure.
go and results affecting me? I have too much to do to organize and clear. Yes. Okay, so yeah. So Ellie's gonna pull some cards and see if anything comes up about possibly what this apartment inspection by the landlord could be about, and we'll see if anything comes up. Meanwhile, Ellie, I'm gonna look through the chat and see if we missed any questions. Yay. Oh, and then if we don't have any questions as we're approaching the bottom of the hour, I would like to get my inquirer within. I'm very curious. Okay, let's see here.
Oops, I'm on mute. All right, so Katie, for your question here, just kind of getting two sets of cards. I wanted to get a feel for what is the landlord's energy, around this event, this inspection that they're doing. What is kind of like the energy surrounding it, right? What is their purpose? What are they doing this for? So here we got the King of Wands. And I think what that amounts to in the context of the question is that it is just something that they feel that they need to do, they have the authority to do. It could also, to me, it's giving a sense of like, what do you got, like inspections, like mandatory inspections? Because I know sometimes they do, they have to do it at a certain time of the year, and especially with the spring coming around, they usually do those kind of inspections just, to keep up to code and stuff. But I'm really getting this sense of like following rules. They've made rules. This is a structure. This is what they want. This is how they, run their business, being that savvy King of Wands
Mm.
there. So it may just be something that they feel like, hey, I need to do this. This is the rules. This is why I have to do that. I'm surprised the Emperor didn't come out. It kind of gave me Emperor vibes at a certain point when I saw this
Yeah,
card,
I kind
but
of get that from that card. It's a
yeah,
pretty card too.
yeah. And then for you, just to kind of give you an idea of the turnout, what's the kind of energy around that? I got the Two of Pentacles. So that is telling me that it's going to be fine. Just make sure that you have all your ducks in a row. But it's also kind of giving me the energy of don't worry too much about it. Keep yourself, in balance. Make sure that things look nice and just don't go too overboard. Don't let things get too overloaded, right? I think that's kind of like the general feeling is don't let yourself get overloaded by, the pressure of what this inspection might mean. Because honestly, it just kind of means that it's like routine. That's the word that I was thinking of. So it feels just kind of routine. And of course, with that Two of Pentacles, it's just about balance. It's about making sure, you've done your part, you're taking care of your apartment, you're making sure things are good. Everything should be okay, is what I'm getting from them.
Oh, that's good. Good to know. Good to know. And so before we get to Dax's Inquire Within, real quick, things coming up on the network, the Tarot Guild, everything. Of course, you can always grab us a cup of coffee and let me put that URL in for everybody in the chat here. It's actually at the top of the chat always. When we start these shows, I always put in the link to the coffee page, and it's psychic.cafe/coffee. And yes, it's our tip jar. And you can go over there and buy us a cup of coffee if you're enjoying the shows, if you got a good reading, if you're learning something. Also, for the next show, this show's almost over, but like if you go to psychic.cafe/coffee and grab us a cup of coffee and let us know on the next show, your question will be first, or we'll take your call first, and we'll spend more time with you. Yeah, we'll spend more time with you. So you not only get jump to the front of the line, top of the list, uh, but we stop whatever we're doing. We go right to your question, right to your call, and we spend more time with you as well. Yep. And of course, we are the official broadcast of the Tarot Guild. So the Tarot Guild is the organization. Psychic Talk is our outlet. It is our radio and YouTube shows, and where we, put out content and so forth, as well as on our community site, which is psychic.cafe. But it's all intertwined with the guild, and the guild has been around for 20 years. Yes, we're coming up on our 20th birthday. We are currently in our 20th year right now. And as I said before, you can join psychic.cafe free and get a free profile and chat with everybody and hang out and look at the content and all that kind of thing. But we do have a lifetime membership, and we're going to have a subscription based one in the future where you can sign up for so much a month, so much a year, that kind of thing. But we're not mentioning that or doing that right now because the lifetime membership is so fantastic. You're basically signed up for life, no recurring fees, no monthly, no annual, and it's 75% off right now. We started this the beginning of last year, 2023, in January, for $297. And it's a steal because you're a member for 10 years. You more than make your money back. Plus, with the lifetime membership, it's not just the membership, and the free workshops and ongoing Q&As, live Q&As, which I said earlier I was going to talk about, and everything else that you get. You also get my course free. Yes, my $297 Tarot by the Numbers course, you get it free with the lifetime membership. You also get certification free. If you want to become a certified tarot reader, certified psychic advisor, you're starting a professional business, we can set you up on Psychic Cafe, get you a custom URL. You get all of that with the lifetime membership. And usually you have to pay for certification, but we're including it free. And it's 75% off. So 75% off of $297 is $78. Yes, the number of cards in the tarot deck. One payment is $78. However, to make it even easier, we've broken it up into two payments. $39 now, $39 a month from now, and then you are signed up. You are paid up for life. And so it's just two payments of $39. You just go over to psychic.cafe/sale, and you let me bring that up. If you go on the main page, you'll see this banner and just click on it. And that's the psychic.cafe/sale page. And there's a big purple, you scroll down a bit, you'll see a big purple join now button with an exclamation point. Okay, click that if you want to make the 2 payments. Under that is a link for 1 payment if you want to make 1 payment of 78. Okay. And then below that is 50% off my readings. That's right. We're talking full private sessions. I don't put a timer on mine. I feel, most times I can answer everything in about 20 minutes. If it goes 30 or 40, that's fine too. I don't put a timer on it. Coaching, tarot, numerology with me, regularly $99.99. It's just $49.99. I kid you not. It is half price, 50% off, $50 you save, $49.99 right now. And it's on the same page, same sale page as our lifetime membership, 75% off sale. Psychic.cafe/sale. That's right. And then I was mentioning about, one of the perks you get is our live discussion and Q&As every Sunday, every week. And sometimes we do a workshop during that as well. Now, right now, everybody's welcome to attend. The reason why we're doing that is the Psychic Cafe is new, our community website, and people need help with, getting that all set up and everything. And you can come to the lives, even if you're not a paying member. Like, let's say you're not a lifetime member or a premium member of the guild, you can still come to our live discussion and Q&A Zoom sessions, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern, every Sunday. You just type in your browser psychic.cafe/Zoom, and that'll take you into the Zoom meeting. Now, technically, we start at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. I have the Zoom meeting turned on 30 to 40 minutes before that. So feel free to drop in early, introduce yourself, chat with us, ask questions, things like that. And for the next several weeks, we've been doing this since the beginning of the year, and we're going to continue it through April. The next 4, maybe 5-6 weeks or so, it'll be available to everybody to come to these Zoom meetings. Really take advantage of that. And then after that time, it'll be members only. So you have to be a lifetime member or a premium member. Okay. I will be back tomorrow with another daily show, and I'm going to be on with, it's going to be during the daytime, and I'm going to be on with Charlotte. And then on Friday, I'm going to be in the evening with Michelle. We're doing an extra show because Compassionate Light, Catherine, is still on vacation. She's in Florida, Universal Studios. Lucky gals, and her kids and hubby and everything. Hope they're doing great. And so till she comes back, we're doing some impromptu shows, and especially because this Saturday is the first Saturday of the month, and I have a meeting that I go to in the morning. So I am not doing a show on Saturday. In the future, we might start doing evening shows on Saturdays because on that first Saturday of the month, I don't know. But for this one, there's going to be no show. But on Sunday, we will be having The Angelic View with Maria G. Moss, and I'll be guest co-hosting. And directly after that show, we will be having again that meeting on Zoom, live discussion and live Q&A about anything. You can ask anything about the guild or about tarot numerology in general. You can ask about membership, certification, my course, anything you want to ask about. By the way, Michelle's next show is going to be coming up. She's the second and fourth Saturday, Michelle's Mystic Corner. She's doing a show on the 13th, and she'll be talking about the Lenormand deck, all about the Lenormand deck. And I'll probably be co-hosting with her. But she has a guest on the 27th, the fourth Saturday. Yes. And her guest is, oh, my mind just blanked. It's Sunny. Psychic medium Sunny. Tell me in chat there, Michelle. I forget Sunny's last name. I had it up here on my computer, but I made the banners and then I deleted the picture from my desktop that had her name written on it. So I was like, oh, I know it's Sunny, but what the heck was her last? Anyway, they'll let us know. Okay, so that's everything going on. And we're past the bottom of the hour. Okay. So Ellie, what's my inquire within? Inquiring minds what
Yeah.
to do.
All right. Well, let's get a card for you, Dax. So, a question from the universe for you. We got, how can I align with the universe today? Ooh, this
Ooh, I
is an
like that
interesting one.
one. That's
This is
interesting.
an interesting one, especially with all the stuff going on today, right? There's a lot of tech stuff going on. But let's see, how can you set that aside and align with the universe today? Let's see what the cards say for Dax. Ooh, you got the strength card, Dax. Hang in there.
I'm
Hang in there
trying to.
and do your absolute best. And then again, I feel like one of the keywords that came up right now is just give yourself grace, give the world grace, and allow that kind of, it's a murky cycle that's going on right now, and it will pass. It will pass. Just remember to be kind to yourself, kind to others, and just remember that this is all it's gonna wrap up. It'll
Yeah.
it'll finish. We'll get through it. There'll be a light at the end of the tunnel. And
Well,
I hear that May should be really good astrologically. So
ooh, May. Oh, I like that. Well, despite being tired and everything, I am very excited that I got all that work done. Oh my God, with all the rain, we just had weeds all the way around the entire house, and it took like 4 or 5 days to clear it all. And then also most of the bushes weren't growing much. There's like a little bit of growth. I'm gonna go out there and trim a little teeny bit, probably with a hand trimmer. But the one bush in the front was like it's a weird shape, but it used to be this big, bush, but we had it chopped down and we were going to eventually have it pulled out. We never did that. And we got down to the trunk and then it sprouted again, but it made this interesting shape. It looks like somebody's head, like an elongated head, and then hair growing on it because it all just with the rain went like this. Oh, and look, I made hearts. Oh yeah. So I had to go out there and give it a haircut with the electric trimmer. I was like, "Ee." And then I had to take all those cuttings and all those weeds that got pulled and everything, took it all down to the dumpster along with all these boxes from Amazon. We're always getting boxes from Amazon and all this other clutter and took everything down to the dumpster. And oh my God, then there was those two deliveries I mentioned. We had grocery come in from two different stores. So we had to pull two different, pull all that inside, put it all away. Yeah, I'm poop a doop a doop doop, but I'm excited how much we actually got done today, or I got done today. Yeah. So I'm really excited. Yep. Oh, and Michelle said it is Sunny Hancock. Oh, and Michelle, I don't know if you've answered yet, but on Facebook, I love doing this live while we're on air, doing housekeeping stuff. I sent you a message on Facebook about Sonny Hancock. I made the banners, and I was wondering if you could look them over. Does it look good to you? Did I do any typos? Is psychic medium her proper title? Just take a look at it for me and get back to me on that. I can't wait. That's her first interview, Ellie.
that's exciting. I can't wait. I'm going to tune in for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Plus, getting into something beyond, our normal cards, oracle cards, Lenormand, tarot, numerology. I want to hear, more psychic mediumship stuff and anything psychic, because that's our name, Psychic Talk, Psychic Cafe. We're trying to expand more than this year, and I'm glad Michelle's first guest is not like I don't know, another tarot reader or a tarot deck creator or a tarot book author. It's like, yes, psychic medium. And the next big thing is, animal communicators. pet psychics. I want pet psychics and astrologers and, just the whole thing. Michelle says she's really excited. I'm excited too. God's daughter came back in again. She was here the other night. Yay. Thanks for coming back. And I think we acknowledged everybody and we answered all of the questions and we did the inquire withins and you got to do that again. You got to have that deck ready like the next time. Maybe some of the phone callers, if we ever get Blog Talk back again, if Mercury retrograde ever ends, maybe we'll get some phone calls. Some callers might want to, do the inquire within. I just think that's the coolest thing. Yep.
That's really
Dan
interesting.
Dan said Charlotte. What about Charlotte? He just put Charlotte in. I don't know why he put Charlotte in. Anyway, Charlotte is my guest host tomorrow for the day show. It's gonna be fun. Come and join us. And then Friday night, I'll be here with Michelle. Ellie, if you're around, pop in the chat and say hi.
Oh, I will try. I should be
Yeah.
traveling, but by
Oh,
that
you're
time,
traveling.
hopefully
Never
I'll
mind.
be at home.
Yeah, I didn't know if you were doing something. Okay, so that's it, folks. We're actually going to get out here in record time. And hopefully this recording is okay on YouTube because like I'm looking on the studio and it's way back when you were talking about, I think the card you pulled for me. I
Oh,
mean, it's way behind and I don't know. I'm gonna have to like scrub through it, make sure it's okay. And if there's any problems, I'm just going to upload the recording from the Zoom here.
all
So I'm
right.
going to say goodbye, everybody, and goodbye, Ellie. Thanks for being my co-host. Yay! Let me
Yeah,
know when you
thanks
want
for
to
having
pop on
me.
again. We're going to keep.
Yep.
I think we're going to keep doing these nighttime shows. I get so much more done during the day when the show's at night. When it's in the middle of the day, it's like I wake up, and then if I wake up too late, I have to rush to do the show. Even if I wake up early, I still have to set everything up, do the show, do the post editing, upload things, promote,
A lot to do.
and so the whole day goes away. And then by the time I'm free, it's time to do like dinner. And then after dinner, it's like, okay, I'm ready to go sleep. So I kind of like doing it this way. Yes, yes. Okay, bye everybody. And bye. There's like all this typing numbers and weird letters and everything on Michelle's. And Dan goes, get the cat off the keyboard, Michelle.
Oh, the cat wants to participate.
Oh my God. And there's all these J's going across. Oh, wow. That's hilarious.
That's so cute.
Michelle's cat is typing to us. See, I said pet psychic, and the cat said, and it's trying to talk to us. Yep.
There you go.
Bye, everybody. Thanks.